Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a what sold in March 2019 on Poshmark video. And again, with all of these videos, I only pick around 10 items to talk about that sold. I figure that's kind of a good talking point without going too long of a video. And of course, a little disclaimer that what I find and what I sell works for me. And I don't always find really high-end items. If I do, it's very, very rare, especially the location that I'm at. There's a lot of people constantly looking for certain things, and I'm looking for mostly bread and butters because I do this very part-time, and I do take my youngest with me. And yeah, so this isn't like my full-time job. So what you see is just stuff that I am comfortable with selling, and I do pick these items up for very low. Now, with that being said, you have to take into consideration the style, the prices, and all that stuff when it comes to pricing your items and when it comes to what you want to be able to get from them. So if a thrift store is watching this video, know that people are doing their research before they're just picking up things. So just because we pick up certain brands and certain items doesn't mean every single brand and item is worth what other people have purchased it for in this video, if it makes any sense whatsoever. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So one of the first items that sold, my little cheat sheet here, was a pair of Old Navy Sweetheart bootcut jeans, size 10, and those sold for $18. And those were actually from my personal closet. I have since gotten smaller, so I can no longer wear a size 10. So instead of donating them, I figured I'd give it a shot, see how much they sell for. Those sold for $18. Let's see, the next thing that sold was a pair of Betsey Johnson T, that's the name of the shoe, evening sandal, black heels. Those were a size 10, and those sold for $30. They had like glitter on them, but it wasn't the kind of glitter where you touch it and it's just all over the place, falling everywhere. It was really nice sandal, really well taken care of. And I think I took a best offer of $30 for those shoes. The next thing that sold was another LuLaRoe Amelia, size medium. And those are the dresses that have the zipper in the back and they have the pockets on the side. That one sold for a best offer of $20. And I picked it up because of the color and the pattern, and I figured because it was around, it was early March, I think, when I listed it and when it sold, and it's coming into spring, and I know people wanted to pick up really nice dresses and things like that for family pictures, or just because it's green, maybe it was a St. Patrick's Day kind of dress. I still pick up little bits of LuLaRoe, and I will pick up Amelia's only if they're a desirable pattern, print, good condition, all that stuff. And I like picking them up because women who nurse or breastfeed, they turn it around and wear the zipper in the front. So the next thing that sold were a pair of Old Navy Sweetheart shorts, size 12. Those sold for $18. Again, those were from my personal closet, and again, they don't fit me, so just trying to pass it along. The next thing that sold were a pair of Calvin Klein jeans, and they were kind of like this bleach wash type of look to them. They're skinny jeans, and they were a size 30-10, and those sold for $15. And those I took a gamble on. I don't necessarily pay too much for jeans if I can help it, but I picked them because of the look. They were a very unique type of pattern. They had this really cool bleach wash to them. They were skinny jeans. They were a little bit of a bigger size, so I figured if I could, I would probably make a little bit of a profit selling them, and I did. So again, those sold for $15. I don't necessarily think I would pick those up again, just because it took a little bit of a while for them to sell, but it was a really cool experiment. So the next thing that sold are a pair of Gianni Beanie blue canvas lace-up cork wedges, and those were a size 9M, and those sold for $25. Those shoes were really cool to look at. as soon as I saw them, I knew I wanted to try to resell them, and I'm glad I did. They did sit there for about 6 months before they sold, but I still think that 6 months is still a decent time because some people have items sitting in their closet for like 2 or 3 years before they decide to just get rid of it altogether. The next thing that sold was a bundle, and it was a LuLaRoe Sarah duster and a Tinkerbell top. Now, funny story about that Tinkerbell top is that Tinkerbell top sold a couple of months ago, and I couldn't find it for about an entire day. I searched, you know, high and low, and I could not find it, so I had to cancel the order. And then I look in a box, and I had packaged it up for some reason. So I don't know. I guess I was getting ready to package it, and maybe my mind slipped or something like that. So when I finally found it again, I was able to relist it. So, see, yeah, the person that bought it also purchased a LuLaRoe Sarah duster. That was a size small, and the Tinkerbell top was a medium, but it was like a junior's medium. And that bundle sold for $30 altogether because I have a 15% off 2 or more items in my closet, and I think I offered like a little bit of an extra discount. So, the next thing that sold is a Crown and Ivy anchor striped sweatshirt small. I'm trying to say that without like going over my words. And that sold for $20. And I like Crown and Ivy. I think that brand kind of reminds me a little bit of Lily Pulitzer. They have like these similar type of styles. It's like a very nautical type of brand, but it also has like just these cute little prints, and I absolutely love them. So I do pick it up if it's in really good condition. It doesn't always sell for very much. It's very much like a bread and butter type of brand. But again, that sweatshirt sold for $20, and I think it's perfect because it's almost summertime, and you know, it's the perfect transition from spring to summer type of sweater. The next thing that sold, and I really hated to part with this, but it was so gorgeous, and I knew that even if it were to fit me perfectly, I wouldn't wear it anywhere. So it was a Talbot's a high neck fit and flare belted dress, and it was a size 6. Oh, it's my size, and I really wanted to keep it, but that sold for $35. This dress, let me tell you, pictures do not do it justice. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so glad that I found it when I found it because it was perfect. It's a perfect like Easter spring type of dress, so whoever bought it, I hope they are getting the most out of that gorgeous, gorgeous dress. So size 6, $35. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this pink Victoria's Secret black leopard print padded push-up bra, size 34B, and that sold for $18. And that bra was actually sold twice. And the first time it sold, excuse me, I think the day after it sold, the person who purchased it asked me to cancel it because they had purchased the same size bra from Victoria's Secret twice more, so from 2 different sellers, and it was different patterns. And when she received them, she realized that they were too small. So she wanted to ask me if there was any way that I could cancel. So I did. I canceled it because I'm not going to force her to purchase something that obviously doesn't fit her. So I canceled it, and I put it aside so that I could relist it the next day, and I relisted it the next day, and sure enough, it sold within 5 minutes of me relisting it, and it actually sold for more. This time around, it sold for $18, and I think last time I sent out a best offer of like $14. So, you know, sometimes it's just like a little bit, you know, of extra work to do certain things, but I mean, it eventually made its way to a new home, and it was delivered, it was accepted, we're good to go. So I don't have to worry about that bra anymore. So I hope you guys got a little bit of an idea of what sells in my closet, the kind of things that I pick up. A lot of these, as you've heard, were just bread and butters type of thing. LuLaRoe is still selling, but again, the condition, the pattern, a lot of solids are still doing great. Make sure there's no pilling or anything like that. Make sure it's not too funky of a pattern that people are like, I could just find that, and you know, for like $5 or whatever. Old Navy does sell pretty well on Poshmark. You don't have to buy super high-end items all the time. It all really depends on what you can find, the area that you live in, and honestly, the type of people that purchase from you, because I get people who love to purchase some bread and butters. So I am okay with that. That is my business plan. That is my business model. I am still profiting even after shipping fees, after, you know, scheduling pickups from the post office, all of that stuff. I'm still making a profit. Small profit sometimes on some things, but you know, it's still a profit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to make another video for next month, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful April, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.